we talked before the game in Hebrews, in the book I like to read, it talks about having confident trust. And we talked about trying to build on Saturday and what that looks like and what we used to look like and how it's starting to come to fruition. And I told them, when you do that, you have to have patient endurance. And it says it right in it. I mean, it literally says, patient endurance is what we need now. And that's what the first half ended up being. It was a battle of endurance, a battle of patience, of understanding what they were trying to do, what we need to do. And I told these guys at halftime, we can't draw anything up any cleaner. We can't draw anything up any more special to give you more wide open looks or layups. And so two things are going to happen. You're either going to step up and do what you're capable of doing, or you're going to do this, what happened in the first half. And I told them, I said, there's people out there that think what you did on Saturday is a fluke. And I said, the problem is, it's not. But they've got so much comfortability right now that they make everybody think it was a fluke. So we're going to go out in the second half for the next 20 minutes, and we're going to see exactly who you are and what we're made of, and if we have that confident trust, but we can endure through what just transpired. And to these guys' credit, you know, you go 14 for 18 from three, but like besides Jasai's late one, I think that might have been the only late one we had to hit, which he's hit before. But my point is, they were clean, they were looked, 23 assists. Jalen had 12. The ball was flying, the ball was hopping. Oscar made back-to-back. They found guys that just made them as well, too. But then I thought we got some really key stops in a row, too, that allowed the game to go from 5 to 7 to 15. And then, of course, I think the highest it got up to, I think, was 18 at one point or 19. And so I'm really, really proud of the fact that we came out in the second half and made the mental adjustment. And I think that's probably one of the hardest adjustments to make. Physical adjustments are easy. They're playing this way in the ball screen, let's do this. They're playing this way, let's do this. They're doing this, let's do this. Those are tactical. But mental, those changes, those are really, really impressive to me. And that's going to send a loud message and help people understand what this team is very, very capable of doing. We'll wash it out tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning, and then 2 o'clock we'll tip it up against North Alabama, who obviously is coming in here, one of the upper echelon teams, and we're trying to work our way back into to where we need to be. So Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Coach, it looked like two different teams there tonight. You know, first half started really slow. Second half, you guys were on fire. How do you prevent the panic from setting in whenever you do have a first half like you had?
I mean, I literally told them several times during timeouts, like, guys, I can't, there's nothing I can do. There's no, the magnets aren't going to help you make a shot. Like, just keep having confidence, keep finding guys, and keep, you know, it'll flow. And to their credit, again, they had the mental, you know, that hidden opponent is a beast. Dallas Moore just texted about or tweeted about it. And he made an incredible statement about his mental with that Achilles going back to the building where he got it, where it happened in China. And that was a huge thing after a year going to the hospital from that place, right? That's a big thing, right? He had 18, he played great. But that hidden opponent is a beast. And so we've got to be grown up. We've got to be more confident and understand. And the problem is we were taking good shots. I mean, what'd you think? Well, I mean, what with the two different teams?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think the shots in the first half we were taking were bad shots. I can use myself personally as an example. I missed my first 2 threes. I had Nate come up to me, who's my locker buddy, and he said, keep shooting them. They're great shots. And come second half, like five threes. And that speaks to the confidence that we have in each other, and that's why we're so dangerous. We have confidence in every single player, and every single night, anyone can go off. And you talk about my 5 made threes. I didn't have to dribble into any one of them. All of them were assists from Jalen, Amitri. Like, the ball was flying, and that's why we're so dangerous, because anyone can have that night.
Yeah, just to go off what he said, I just think we got a lot of open looks. First half, they weren't falling how they, you know, but that's the game. Just got to keep shooting them. We all trust in our shots, trust the work we put in, and, you know, eventually they'll fall. Until they do, we have to lock in and play defense. And, you know, there's other aspects of the game besides shooting, because we're not always going to make shots, but when they fall, we're a problem.
Well, we are. Don't say that. Yeah, we're gonna make shots, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make shots.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But, and also too, to their credit, we're down 4, they go 6 for 7 from 3. And we're down 4. I think that's a credit to these guys too, for letting the game not get out of hand. It could have been 10, right, with the way in which we played and it went. So talk about those teams, first team, the second team in the second half, we held them 3 for 14 from 3. And so did a much, much better job. They were just thrown into the post and passing out of the post and getting really easy looks. And so these guys did a great job making that adjustment. So give them credit from a mental standpoint as well too, from a tactical standpoint, to understand what they were doing to get theirs.
Absolutely. Last time we saw you guys, Liam mentioned intentionality with how you do things. How well do you think through this, since that, you're 2-1, how well do you think your team has responded to that kind of message of intentionality?
For sure, it's not a message that just the coaching staff is reiterating. It's within the players are reiterating that message too. And when you have a player-led culture, it only takes your team and your level of how good you can be that much further. And having older guys like Liam, Nate, myself, just echoing every single play, every single day, be a professional. I feel like the younger guys have really followed suit, and that the results are showing.
Yeah, we have great leaders in the locker room. You know, Oscar and Nate especially come in and make sure everyone make sure we hold each other accountable and on point. But hearing that from them, the older players, I feel like us younger guys, we definitely look at them and see them as leaders, and it makes it easier for us to go out and play for them, because we know how bad they wanted this their last year. They're not going to get to do this again, so we're out there playing. We're all playing for each other.
From a corporate standpoint, when I looked at it tonight, and my theme was on that endurance, that patient endurance, and when I Googled it and I looked it up, a couple of things really resonated that actually came to fruition during the game, and one of them was communication. And that, to endure something, you've got to have great communication, from encouragement, you know, Nate, hey, keep shooting the ball, to accountability. Hey, man, like this can't happen anymore. And so that kind of communication, I think, when he says a player-led team. Then the other thing it talked about too that really resonated tonight is body language. And so, like, when you're trying to endure through something and you're just, let's say you're fighting your tail off and the guy scored on you, and next thing you know, you see one of your teammates state their whatever, their body language isn't what you want, or you miss a shot and you're doing this or you're doing that. That can really, really bring your confident trust down. So we really talked about how to make sure we endure through those different stages. And so our prioritized focus was really good. The guys we focused on was really good. 32, obviously, he's a really, really good player in the league. But we held him in check early. Then he got going a little bit in the second half. I thought we gave him a couple easy ones too, because the one at the end of the first half kind of got him going, the bucket at the buzzer. So to our guys' credit, they did a good job of honing in on those guys and obviously taking care of the rest too.
Josh, only 6 minutes in the first half. Was there something you were seeing from him that lead to such a short amount of time on the floor in the first half?
No, I think our rotation when we started going, I thought that group with Dimitri and Liam and I think Mason was out there. I think they had gotten us the lead maybe. They had been playing well. And so when we rotated back through, and so no, there wasn't anything in particular. But in the same breath, we need everybody to be better. I mean, we had, Jalen's got to be better to start the game. He's got to have more energy and more command and do the things. He's 12 assists is really, really powerful, but we can't have those, whatever he had, I don't even know if, like the 3 assists he had, I think he had 2 of them in the last minute maybe. Yeah, I think he had 2 of them in the last minute. And that's just being sloppy and doing those things. So I got a high standard for Jalen, because we've always had it, from Dallas to Yvonne to Jose to him. So that's life. So you got to understand that. And the thing is, Jasai, who rebounds for you and Jalen at the end of practice every day?
You.
So it isn't like we're not putting in a relationship with it. I just expect a lot out of these guys. I love these guys. They're great human beings. They're great students. I mean, I love them like a son. But I also have standards for them, and I have things I think they could be really, really special at, and I got to keep coaching them, because we got to keep remembering too, they're sophomores. They're basically a year and some change in from being a starter, because remember, he didn't start till Miami, the 29th, and Jalen didn't start until the second league game because Dimitri tore. So they're basically a year and some change into being a starter too. So sometimes I forget that, and sometimes they frustrate me, and I got to be better too. So I got to be better with them as well too. I apologize. I got to be better. No, I do. I have to be better.
Everybody got to be better.
Yeah, but I'm apologizing. I got to be better.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Coach?
Hey, Coach, so that patient endurance that you were speaking on, is there anything that you point to? Like, I agree that that's like a great philosophy, but I'm seeing here just on paper, you're out rebounding them, you're committing fewer fouls, you're moving the ball around more. It feels like that is kind of permeated throughout the team through Jasai. You were talking about that earlier. It's not just when the shots are falling, but it's about, grabbing those extra rebounds, keeping the ball zooming around, especially like kind of taking advantage of the zone defense. I think that it was kind of a bold strategy for them to kind of stay with it as long as they did, and I felt like the patient endurance, like I could watch it kind of like how you were saying earlier, John, like from that first half to the second half, is you weathered the storm. That buzzer beater at the end could have been like a confidence killer, but it felt like y'all came out with even greater activity.
I think the one thing is maybe now that you just said it the way you said it, maybe I need to reread the scripture, and then I need to look at myself in the mirror more. I think I need to look at myself and take a step back too, because we're enduring a lot, and sometimes maybe it was really meant for me. I got to become more patient with these guys, and not coach them so hard, but. The game is just it's so minuscule and it's so quick and it's so all these different things and being that we had guys like him in the past that'd be Hall of Famers and he's got a chance to be a Hall of Famer as well too if he does what he's supposed to do and so it's just I think maybe now that you just said it the way you said it, maybe it was meant for me.
Any questions for the group?
Yeah, I wanted to highlight the turnover numbers. You guys outscored UCA 18-7 on turnovers. Just wanted to get your thoughts on those numbers.
We harp on a thing called ASO a lot, after stop offense. It's something that we really take pride in because of the fact that every time we get a stop, our offense just goes through the roof in terms of points per possession. So when you talk about turnovers and forcing them into stops, you can't score without getting a stop. You can't improve your ASO without getting a stop. So as much of the offensive program that we are, we need to work on our defense every day. And as you were saying, the defense tonight really helped us execute our offense.
The beard looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
I had no idea it looked that great until I started looking at him when he was talking.
Appreciate it.